Hi,
How
how
are
are
you?
you? I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. So excited to talk to you tonight. You look so beautiful.
Thank you. I'm excited as well.
So, for everybody who doesn't know Shannon, and Shannon, I think you do a lot more than what I'm about to say. But for everybody who doesn't know her, again, she is Mrs., not Miss, but Mrs. Canada, Mrs. Universe Canada 2021. She's also an entrepreneur who runs her own company, and I think it's a real estate and lending company. And she also runs two other platforms, which are Lady Entrepreneur and Mums for Mom. And on top of all that, you're a mother of two,
I
I believe,
am.
and a wife,
Yes.
which is a lot. And I don't know how you do all this, so we're gonna get into this. Uh,
You'll probably
but
hear her
first,
in the background soon.
sorry.
Said you'll probably hear my daughter in the background soon.
Aw. So, I'll ask you this. First of all, congratulations. And
Thank you.
we talked a little bit I think 2 weeks ago, and you mentioned
Hmm.
that you would be traveling soon to
Yes.
represent Canada, I believe in South Korea,
Seoul, South
um,
Korea. Yeah. In February.
in February.
Yeah.
Wasn't it I think it was November 1st or December?
Yes, we were supposed to go in November, but half of the women on the platform could not get a visa to enter into Korea, so they postponed it to February so everybody could make it out.
Nice. How do you feel about that?
You know what? Part of me is grateful. It gives me way more time to prepare everything that I need to go. And then part of me is like, oh, I was really looking forward to a trip right now because it's been like almost 2 years since I've traveled. And that's
Yeah,
one of the things I really enjoy doing.
yeah, I can imagine with COVID and everything. How's
Yeah.
that work though with COVID? So the competition still goes on because of COVID. Well, in spite
It,
of
it
COVID.
well, yes, it will still go on. The national directors on the international platform, they have put in as many safety precautions that they can and making us follow precautions. So once we arrive and land, we have to do a COVID test. We have to quarantine for a couple of days before we can even interact with one person. But they're still trying to avoid everybody interacting at the same time. So a lot of things and activities will be done in much smaller groups, whereas before everybody will just join all in once and you're free to chat and mingle with who you wish, right?
Yeah.
And then just from here, like everybody well has to be double vaccinated, or there are people who are
Right.
choosing not to be vaccinated. But I can't travel at all unless I'm double, so I am double.
Nice. Yeah.
And so yeah, I am double vaccinated, so I will be able to land and possibly get an exemption for the full 14 quarantine once I land in Korea.
Okay. Um, Pageantry. You started back, I believe, in 2004, which is
Yes.
right. Am I correct?
Yeah.
What got you into pageantry?
uh, I started pageantry for two reasons mainly. One, because I felt like I absolutely sucked in public speaking, and I wanted to build and enhance upon my skills in that perspective. And just seeing the glitz and glamour, I'm like, oh, this looks like something really fun and cool that I could probably do.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, I'm developing myself and my skills. And then the second reason was for my sister.
Right.
She done pageants when she was younger. Well, her first pageant she entered in, she won. And what made me want to get into it is because of something that was said to her. She was about 14 at that time when she did her first pageant, I'm gonna say, or 10. And a mother whose daughter who always won every pageant, they basically came out at the end of the show and said to my mom and my sister, um, you black bee, you shouldn't have won this pageant. And I don't understand why that was like the only thing that stuck in my head from that show, and I was so young, but it did, and that just inspired me to be able to say, I want to do pageants and I'm going to show everybody, no matter who you are, you can win and do whatever you want in life. So that was my other reason besides just wanting to enhance upon my public speaking skills.
I find that powerful. This is powerful because it could have had the opposite effect.
Mm-hmm. And
I,
it could have. And at that time, my mom, it was her first pageant as well, being a pageant mom. So she just looked around like, what's going on? Like, what happened? We won. Like, everybody should be happy. I don't think they knew any better at that time,
Mhm.
but they continued and strive. My sister got into modeling. She did print ads. She did a lot at a young age when it came to modeling, but
Mhm.
now she hasn't continued on in that. But I've been doing pageants now since I was 17.
Since you were 17. Okay.
Since I was 17.
Wow. And you kept going. So what about pageant keeps you in there? Like keeps
Yeah,
you going?
at
And
first,
yeah.
at first it was just all about the fun, meeting people, getting dressed up, because like really, where do I go to get to put on a ball gown dress and not care how I look? So I can put on as much glitter that I want. I can dress in like a sparkle ball gown dress and nobody has anything to say about it, right? But then I would say in 2009 was where I finally seen and took a different perspective on the whole pageant role. And I took it for as in, oh, this could be something really great for networking for my business. There are so many different women here from different walks of life. So it became a learning experience for me now, just learning about everybody's different platforms, their jobs, why they entered into the industry of
Mhm.
pageantry. So it just became more to me than just fun, and most of all, it became a sisterhood. There are women that you gain actual genuine relationships with,
Mhm.
and you keep in touch with, and then there are women that you'll just be like, time out. I don't want to talk to you again. But that's just life.
Right.
No matter where you are, right? There's
Mhm.
some people you'll want to talk to, and some people you won't want to talk to anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
I find it I like that you talked about sisterhood because again, when I was talking to you about 2 weeks ago about your lady entrepreneur platform, and I
Mm-hmm.
got that same feeling from you that you're all about sisterhood, one, and then empowering and supporting other women.
Yeah.
Um, Talk to me a little bit about your platform, Lady Entrepreneur.
So, lady entrepreneur, I started because I was a single mom
Mhm.
once upon a time, and when I was working full time, I felt like I was working and I was in school. So I was like, okay, I'm getting home at 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. I don't have no more time to spend with my son. He's already in bed. And it was just becoming too much. So I started exploring opportunities, how to be self employed, what will actually make me and generate the income that I need to stay home with my son, and have that flexibility that I want. So when I finally found something for me and I started my own business, I felt like I had no support. I didn't have mentors. I didn't even know if I should talk to a mentor. I didn't know how to do a website. Should I have a website? Do I need business cards? Like just all of that stuff,
Right.
right? So I'm like, if I'm feeling this way, what are other single moms feeling at that time? And I was a teenage single mom at that time. So I'm like, something needs to be done. And of course, I didn't have all the resources and research. I knew there may be platforms like this out there, but I wanted something for me. So I started Lady Entrepreneur with the idea of being able to provide resources to other single moms who may be feeling the same way and want to start their own business and be able to find their purpose in their business life, in their family life. So we started out as a networking group, just like a breakfast networking group, providing referrals between the woman and closing the transactions. It was your responsibility to close your transaction. And
Mhm.
then from there, I took it more into providing resource packages, creating workshops, and seminars for the women to come out to and listen, just to see how they can market their business. Is it even feasible? How to write a business plan, and all of that stuff to go towards your business.
Nice. I can relate to that. I started my business this year, and I was kind of lost at the beginning as well. Everything that I thought I needed, it was probably not as important. Everything that I didn't think I needed was coming up. So that's very nice. And I didn't know that you started it as a single mother, which is
Yeah,
even.
well, this current business, I didn't start back then when I was a single mom, but I started a concierge service. That was like the first
Okay.
official business I started, concierge service. What I did with that was took all of my skills and I incorporated it into one. So if you need a travel book, I'd assist you with that. If you needed like bookkeeping services, how to manage your employees, I just took everything and threw it into one and called it a concierge service. And then my full-time business now, Green Lending Corporation, we're a private lending firm, and we do mortgages. So we help first-time home buyers. We do residential, commercial mortgages, and private lending.
Okay. Why real estate?
Why real estate?
Yeah.
I was fond with real estate because of my dad. He's a carpenter by trade, and when we were younger, he used to always take us out on his job sites, whether it's just to do a visit or sometimes if he had something quick to do at work, he'd bring us. So it was just the love. It became the love of the art, the architecture of it, how things are put together, the design, what it will look like after. So even though I didn't get into selling of real estate, I got into the financing side. The financing side, I just loved the problem solving. It kept my mind moving and solving other people's
Right.
problems. I guess that's
Yeah.
what it was for me.
With your real estate business, well, I guess I'll ask you this. What advice would you have for what is the one with starting two, I think, or more different businesses? What advice would you have for new entrepreneurs or that are starting out?
If so, for a new entrepreneur starting out, first of all, I'm a believer in just follow your dreams, even if the business might not be feasible and it's something you want to do. Follow that dream and continue it. Eventually, somewhere down the line, you're going to find out if it's really for you or you're going to discontinue it. So, one, I would say always follow your heart, follow your dreams, and make a plan. Actually, write it down, right? And you need to figure out your why. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to be self-employed? Why do you want this type of business versus
Right.
going to work for somebody? And so I think that's the best advice that I could give anybody starting their own business. And even just writing down your simple why and following your dreams, I find that will bring you very far along in your journey.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I really believe in listening to yourself and following your dreams and following your purpose. I'm all about that. So that's very nice. I heard that there may be a TV show coming or it's already in progress.
Are you referring to Reno Master?
I believe,
Is
yes.
that what you're referring to? Yes. So Reno Master, it's still, we're still filming. We, it's that. Oh, do you hear her now?
Warning.
She's Zamora. That's my daughter's name. She's something else. She wants to come down. She just keeps on mama, mama, mama. But Reno Master. I am the financial advisor on the show. What Reno Master is, it's the flip of top $1 million agent, but it's a Reno show. So we're going through luxury homes throughout the GTA and showing before and after clips of the contractor doing it. And then we also have a realtor involved in the show. and I'm coming in as a financial advisor. You can view it on Amazon Prime and Netflix. So I would say because of COVID, everything was delayed a lot. So I would say that the full show will be aired maybe early next year. It's been pushed back, but it's exciting and good times
That is
and
exciting.
very interesting.
Very
Like, when the TV show came about, I thought it was just like, oh yeah, this is a really good idea. I want to get involved. I want to get involved with the company. And then it's like, oh yeah, you're going to be on TV. I'm like, I am. I'm
That's,
like, no, I'm shy. I can't be on TV.
oh, really? You're doing pageants, and then well,
I know.
I know it's different, but still.
I'll get through it. I'll get through it.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. You one thing that you talked about is you struggled with you wanted to get good at public speaking, so you got into pageant. And I thought that was very nice and commendable because a lot of us would wait till we're actually good at it to get into pageant. So I like that you challenge yourself that way, whether
Yeah,
it's
and I find like with a lot of the girls that you come across in pageants, you still hear that. Some of them will say, I'm getting into it because of this, or some of them have so much experience that they just continue doing it and doing it. But it's still out there, believe it or not. Some of the women, they want
that.
to
Well,
overcome
I
they want
can.
to overcome that fear of whatever they're battling to, and they use pageantry as an outlet to do this.
I totally get that. I can relate. I struggle myself with public speaking and something that I absolutely love. But from time to time, I will still freeze on stage
Yeah.
or even on Instagram Lives, which is crazy. But it happens. But I believe that the only way to get through it is by practicing and coming back and
Mm-hmm.
challenging yourself.
And I found it crazy. Like growing up, I always felt like speaking to one person one on one, I'm like, no, I can't do that. But if it was like a whole group, a whole audience, I'm like, all right, I got this. And I was fine. Because you know how they say, oh, just stare at one person and pretend they're in their underwear? That's what I used to do. So I was fine.
I'll try that. I'll absolutely try that. Shannon, you do a whole lot, and honestly, I don't know how you do it. How do you do it?
Time management. I try to have the best time management as possible. One thing I found that worked for me to get the the top priority things done is writing it down. I picked like 10 things, no matter what you have to do for the day. I took 10 things, wrote it down every day. As I finished it, I crossed it off. If I didn't finish it that day, I moved it over to the next day.
Nice.
With that, I found it kept me organized, and it actually helped me get certain tasks done, even if I didn't want to do it.
Right.
But and then my husband's great. We're a great team, so we're able to balance things out that way, especially now that we have a second child and I'm still running a full-time business with a team of 8. So it comes down to time management and keeping that schedule. Having a schedule really helps me. I'm still a paper person, so I have a paper calendar. So I can see everything. My husband's like, just use your phone. I'm like, no, it won't. I won't listen to my phone, but I'll look at the paper.
Right.
But yeah, I rather that. I find myself a little bit old school in certain ways still. But
So me too. What I do is I wake up in the morning and I take my journal, date it, and I put everything that I have to do for the day. So I find that helps me, and I'm not the best at time management. Is that something that you had to learn, or does it come naturally to you?
I believe time management came a little natural to me because I was always on the go. I was always on the go. No matter what job I was working at the time, or if I was running my own business, it was all about go, go, go for me. So it was all about knowing what time where I had to be somewhere and just getting there. So prioritizing, that helps a lot to keep your time managed, and trying to minimize your travel time. helps a lot, and you get a lot more done. Hey, COVID,
COVID helps
it
with
like
that.
changed everything for me. Like with my business, I was out meeting clients all the time. I love the face to face, meeting my clients, getting to know my clients. But COVID like locked everybody down, and it cut out so much travel time. Hey, we saved a lot of gas
Absolutely.
because we weren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point. But yeah, it was something. So I'm like, oh my God, I felt like I had more time in the whole world, and I didn't know what to do with myself.
Same here. COVID definitely changed the game,
So
and
yeah.
I'm not mad at it. Shannon, it was awesome talking to you today. Is there you do have another platform that I don't know if you want to talk about, Moms for Mom.
Okay, so moms, I can quickly touch on it before we go. Moms for Moms. I organize and I run with another lady named Alex. What we do there is we help and assist. It doesn't matter if you're a single moms coming from abusive relationships, coming out of the shelter. We just help them basically with care packages, grocery cards, anything that they need to start a new life or get out of the shelter and better their life for themselves and their children. So we take donations of clothes, baby necessities, grocery cards, gas cards, whatever. Sometimes if we do have storage now, so we will take gently used furniture, especially if they're moving into a new apartment or something and they're not able to manage with all the finances expenses right now.
That is awesome. It really is. I'm just going to ask you one last question.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask you for more advice for anyone, let's say, that's interested in pageantry.
Okay. If you're interested in pageantry, I would say, again, know why you're getting into it and love yourself first. No matter what the outcome of the show is going to be, don't worry about it. Just go in there and give it your all, because there's only one crown at the end of the day, and we as women, we just need to remember that we're a queen with or without a crown. And somebody's going to love you and somebody's going to hate you no matter what you do. So be yourself.
Absolutely. Oh my God, yes. Joe said yes to that. Yes to
Thanks,
that.
Joe.
I absolutely love that. Thank you so much for your time. I know you're busy.
Thank you for inviting me and having me on live with you.
I totally enjoyed it. It was my pleasure. Where can people find you?
So if you want to follow my journey for Mrs. Universe Canada, not if you want to, I'd love it, so you can see what's going on. You can follow me at Mrs. Universe Canada finalist on Instagram, or you can follow my business at Green Lending Corporation. If you're looking for a mortgage, if you need any renovations done, or if you're looking for a new income stream and you want to invest into mortgages, reach out to me. I can explain the full process to you and walk you through it step by step. As my brokerage, we are very focused on customer service and providing tailored solutions to our clients. Or my personal page, SG Lady Maestro, because I dance to my own beat.
I absolutely love it. Thank you so much again for your time. Next week, or later this week,
Monday, actually.
Monday, I'm going to be on your YouTube channel, the Lady Entrepreneur Show YouTube channel, and you're going to be interviewing me. So
I'm going to be interrogating you about energy healing. I'm pretty sure everybody wants to hear about that.
I hope so.
I believe so.
Thank you again, and good night.
Thank you. You have a great night. Bye.
Bye. How do I end this? How do I end this week? Oh, I did it last week.